Kimberly Olson here. We're going to talk about part 2 of the Brand Connect method, how to make money every single day with your brand. So if you didn't watch the first one, definitely go back and watch it. You'll see the link below this video. With the Brand Connect method, we want to first get that brand clarity. With the brand clarity, we're going to be able to know what we're all about and really communicate that to our marketplace. The second part is we need to get targeted messaging intact. So I'm going to spend this episode talking about that. And the final part is making dollars in the DMs, having those DM conversations and making money in Messenger. And then you repeat this loop. So it's a perpetual way to build your brand on social media. At this point, we're generating, coming up on almost $10 million in revenue and worked with over 13,000 students. So I've been able to test this out myself in so many different ways. And this is what is missing when people are struggling on social media. So if you've been struggling, this is going to help you out a ton. So for the second part, when you think about targeted messaging, what I want you to think about is your content strategy. When it comes to targeted messaging, you need to learn how to write your content directly to your ideal avatar in a way that's going to land with them. And it's going to get them to raise their hand and say that they'd like to know more about grabbing your free resource, joining your community, getting on a call, or joining your upcoming free challenge. With a targeted messaging, go back to the first video I watched and you're going to learn about the avatar part. It's not enough just to say I work with moms over 40. What you want to do is you really want to get into the psychographics of that avatar. So we'll stick with moms over 40 and let's say we're going to help them with having more joy in their life. You know, they wake up and they feel maybe unfulfilled. They feel like, is this it? Right? And they wonder, you know, what they can do to have more happiness in their life, feeling burnt out and so on and so forth. So with the targeted messaging, we're going to use language that they would use. We're going to speak directly to them. We're not going to say, hey, ladies, hey, everyone. We're going to say, let me know if this resonates with you. You woke up this morning and before the day even started, you had a pit in your stomach and you thought about having to fight traffic to get to work, being at your desk all day, doing something you don't love and you don't feel appreciated at all. And as you drive home for the day, you feel guilty because you have no energy left to give to your family. You feel like everyone's getting your leftovers and you don't remember the last time you took 5 minutes for yourself. If that's you, I want you to know that I've been there. And it's through my proven process I've developed that I've helped so many moms to be able to find joy again, to be able to overcome the burnout and really learn how to not only show up for themselves, but to be able to show up for those around them. So just drop me below and I can get you details on Blink, right? And you give that call to action. So that type of language is speaking directly to her. She's reading that going, oh my gosh, it's like Kimberly knows me, right? Have you ever been in church and you feel like the pastor's speaking to you and you're like, sometimes it's like, right? So you know that I don't read the Bible every day, even though I want to. So it's kind of like that. You feel not called out, but you definitely feel seen in a healthy way. So that's really what we get to do with this is we get to connect with them through our targeted messaging. We get to speak directly to them. You'll know if you have this down, if you are getting comments and engagement, even if you're doing more lighthearted, fun stuff where you might say something, are you left-handed or right-handed? What decade were you born in? That's just like fun stuff, but I'm talking about content in your niche. So with our example of moms over 40. So if your content is helping them overcome that overwhelm and the burnout and the lack of joy and all the things, then that kind of content, are they responding to it? Are they interacting with it? Are you getting DM messages? You'll know you have this down when you start to see a traction with leads coming in from your content, but also you'll get random DM reach outs where people will ask you and they'll say, hey, I saw your post and I wanted to find out more about that. Or I saw your post, I'm really struggling with XYZ. Thank you so much for that. Or, can we talk? Can you help me? Or can I find out more about working with you? So I remember when I first started on social media, I didn't have comments like that. I didn't have people reaching out. I didn't really understand what I was doing. But then when I started learning about personal branding and offering value with my content. So of course you want to be offering value with your content based on your content pillars and rotating through your personal branding buckets. It wasn't until then that I started getting the comments on the content where I wanted people to see me as an expert in my space and be able to help them, and started getting DM messages of people saying, I read your post, I watched your live, and gosh, I'm so stuck right now. I really need some help. And then I realized, okay, I'm onto something here with the way I'm approaching this, and people are responding to what I have, okay? It does take time. So if you implement this today, and in a week, you're like, okay, I watched your video, Kimberly, nothing's happening. You need to get back to it and don't even look up for 90 days. Most breakthroughs happen around the 6 to 8 week mark. But if you're new, with brand visibility and consistency, it could take even longer. So just keep that in mind. You really want to just commit to posting every day. Don't miss a day, and say to yourself, I'm going to keep going until I figure this out. Be coachable, be open-minded, and most importantly, you're going to want to take action. So if this was helpful to you, watch part 1. Like I said, if you haven't already, I'll have part 3 for you next. Subscribe so you don't miss any episodes. Appreciate you watching. Kimberly Olson here, signing off. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire.